She won't answer the door. She won't answer phone calls. She won't answer text messages.
What you're about to hear is not from a movie. It's real. Real voices, real fear. The 911 calls that marked the beginning of some of the darkest stories in modern history. Every word you'll hear tonight was spoken in moments of panic, moments when someone's entire life was about to change. This is the real 911 calls that shocked the world. 1. The Watts family call. August 13th, 2018, Frederick, Colorado. Shanann Watts had stopped answering her phone. Her friend Nicole decided to check on her, but when she arrived at the house, something didn't feel right. Nicole called 911. Her voice sounded calm, almost too calm. "My friend's not answering the door. She's pregnant and her car's still in the garage." The dispatcher began asking questions, not realizing that on the other end of the line, the first signs of a horrific crime were already unfolding. When police arrived, they met Shanann's husband, Chris Watts. He claimed everything was fine. He smiled, he talked almost casually. But officers noticed something strange. The children's beds were perfectly made. The house was spotless. And yet something felt off. Over the next 48 hours, the story unraveled. Chris confessed to killing his wife and 2 daughters, hiding their bodies in an oil field. That calm, ordinary 911 call had revealed the first crack in a nightmare. 2. The Jeffrey Dahmer 911 call. 1991, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. July 22, 1991. 2 men were walking down the street when one of them, terrified and bleeding, stopped a police car. His name was Tracy Edwards. "He tried to handcuff me," he said. "He's still in the apartment." The officers followed him back to the building at 924 North 25th Street. Inside, they found Jeffrey Dahmer quiet, polite, and eerily calm. As they entered the small apartment, one of the officers noticed a strange smell. The refrigerator was locked. When they opened it, they found human remains. What had started as a desperate plea for help, a man escaping from a killer, became the discovery of one of the most disturbing crime scenes in American history. Dahmer had murdered and dismembered 17 victims. He kept photographs, bones, and preserved organs inside his home. That one terrified 911 report didn't just save a life, it ended a nightmare. 3. The Ed Gein discovery call, November 16, 1957, Plainfield, Wisconsin. The local hardware store owner, Bernice Warden, was missing. A neighbor noticed the shop was empty, the cash register open, and a trail of blood on the floor. He called the police. "We can't find Bernice anywhere. The shop's open, but there's blood." The sheriff's department followed the trail to the edge of town to the farmhouse of a quiet, strange man named Ed Gein. What they found inside would haunt investigators forever. Furniture made from human bones, lampshades crafted from skin, masks, faces carefully preserved. Ed Gein was not like other killers. He didn't kill often. But what he did with the bodies defied understanding. That call from a worried neighbor revealed not just a murder, but a house of horrors that inspired Psycho, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and the Silence of the Lambs. Every one of these calls began the same way: a frightened voice, a moment of panic. And in those few seconds between fear and silence, the truth began to surface. The Watts family, Jeffrey Dahmer, Ed Gein. 3 stories, 3 phone calls, each one capturing the sound of real fear. Because when evil hides in plain sight, sometimes the first to see it are the ones who pick up the phone. This was the real 911, calls that shocked the world. Subscribe for part 2, where we'll uncover more real emergency calls that changed everything.